G'day viewers, well, been making some adjustments to the portable air compressor. I'm going to try and change this hose out somehow. So these compressors can fit on here. Because that big manifold I had couldn't get it to work out. The only thing this thing's missing is a pressure gauge. But other than that, it's all complete. Still holds its full charge. That's good. I've got it's an oxygen tank, expired. Alloy tank. What I've found with this is moisture can build up in it, but it does not corrode whatsoever, so I can not have to worry about the tank rusting out. This one here, the tank just rusts like crap. This one here, don't have to worry about that. It's all pretty much a scuba tank, so it's pretty much waterproof naturally. This alloy, it's tested to about 2,000 or 3,000 psi. It's designed to hold, but probably able to put in about, I don't know, 150 or so psi in your max. Just charge it up with this. Both these compressors should be more than capable of putting up to 200 in here. Just got to try and redesign this valve a bit. Face that gauge up like that. Had to do some redesigning. Try and use less what do I call it, important fittings as I can. Just use the crappier ones. Got brass screwed into the tank to tape it just like the original valve was. A lot of thread tape. And yeah, this leaks a lot. I had to put a lot of thread tape on this to stop the leaks. I might have to use an elbow on this valve, so it has to be off an elbow. I can't get the gauge up straight. Go like that. Charge it from in there. That will just clamp on there. Open that valve, charge the bottle up, see how much pressure I can get, and do a leak test. I might add more thread tape or thread sealer to get this to stop leaking. I did test this to about 250 psi and it held pressure good, nothing leaked, so that's just a JMAC fitting. I put an air hose on there for air tools and pumping tyres up. I can just use this tank as portability. Just convenient. Get compressed air where I can't normally get compressed air out in the farm to pump a tyre up or something. It's also good as a put higher than normal pressure and you get a good boost tank for your ladle guns and stuff. They run good of higher than normal pressure. Anyway, put a bit of thread tape on that. Here's just an old oil pressure sensor fitting. The sensor was totally screwed, so I smashed all the sensor out and it's converted it into a fitting to suit this gauge into this big fitting here, which is 1/2 inch. Yeah, basically converts, I think it's 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, so it's pretty good. Made a good fitting out of a pile of junk, so put some thread tape on that. That valve will face up. Handle's got to be in a spot where it can't get bumped. So let's get this gauge on here and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, viewers, that's what it looks like so far. I say I'd be pretty happy with that. Set of the radar gauge facing a good angle. That's tight. That's a little tiny bit loose. I'll tighten that up before that pops off. I'm going to try and calibrate that handle so when I close it I'm not going to bump it open while I'm trying to move the tank around. Expired tank, which would have otherwise went to scrap. Makes good for air. As I said, being alloy, pressed alloy, they're naturally treated with water and that to measure tank expansion. Naturally the way that alloy is formed and hardened and all that's all resistant to corrosion and moisture, so this tank, I'm not going to be worried about it rusting out. I won't have to worry about dumping the moisture out of the tank. Just let it build up and I can just dump it out, tip it upside down if I have to. Okay, that's open. So I want open to be over here. Open should be over here, I think. Close and open. Yeah, the handle's in the way there, so I have to put it this way. Should be like that when it's closed, but I can't do that. Not with this valve. Doesn't allow me, so have to have it like that to close it. These ones are smaller handles, but I haven't got any butterfly handle type ones of those valves around. I've only got this big handle ball valve. I have one compressor. One of those compressors alone took about, I think it was nearly 2 hours to fill this 200 psi. See how 2 can do. Yeah, the gauge is a bit broken too, so I've got screws at the back are tight and the casing's cracked. But those 2 compressors are actually going up a bit. Okay, I pressurise it a bit. I'll spray some soapy water in here. Just test for leaks. It's 10 psi. It's actually quite effective little back compressors there. Alright, shut it off. Get this water, we'll spray it, see if there's bubbles coming out. Okay, it seems to be holding its pressure pretty good. Okay, there. We've got a leak right there. Have to fix that. I could put a valve in here to flush it back out, but I haven't got a way to shut that off. There you go. Just that one little leak there is the only thing I got worried about. This tank will be as good as a stainless steel tank for air pressure. Won't corrode at all. It's a good thing about these alloy tanks. Now I'm going to have to drain this area out. Get that finning off to get that sealed properly. I doubt this will do anything. No, still leaks. Can't take this off and drain the tank. It's holding pressure there, so that might be the only leak I've got to take care of, and that's it. I have myself a good portable on the go tank of compressed air. Take wherever I want to take it, charge it with them, or just put another fitting in and charge it with a wire one of these off a big air compressor. But yeah, I'll get this leak sorted out and we'll do a good pump test, see how long it takes to get the tank full. Okay, I've always got some thread tape there, hopefully there's no leaks. Probably should put a valve here, but I don't know. It's been okay without one. I had one down here, but yeah, I'm trying to use as less plumbing as I can. Make it less stressful on the main fitting so nothing gets too stressed. Pressure in the hose. Well, that hose got pretty thick. Air chemical hose. I don't know what pressure that thing's rated at, but yeah. It can do one of these compressors at a time and hold its full head pressure, but I don't know if that's going to do both of them. It's pretty quick. It's a pretty quick acting little compressor I've got here. Quiet as a mouse. Obviously a tank this size will give you a decent amount of air for a while. One this size is only meant for high pressure. It won't last as long, but if you want to make air cannons or something, this would be good because it'll resist corrosion from the moisture. There's almost 20 in there now. Yeah, the gauge is a bit iffy, but hopefully it's not too out of accuracy. Okay, that's there might be another leak somewhere. Got a leak somewhere here. I can't hear it, but yeah. I can't see, but I can hear it. It's here somewhere. Okay, I think that's here. Oh, there it is there. So I've got to take this off, depressurise it again and try and tighten that some more. Get this as tight as I can get it. I might have to swap these around, so try and fix that leak. And then we'll, yeah, just get them as tight as you can without doing any damage. And yeah, till they stop leaking. So yeah. Gotta fix that leak now, so yeah, see how we go. Okay viewers, well, fix that. This bloody piece of crap here broke, that damn fitting. I was trying to turn it by this. Must have over tightened as I was trying to undo the tighten it, see if it would stop leaking, but it didn't work, so stuffed that fitting up. I was able to just switch the tap around, put the male end in this fitting, and there's another one of those little nipples on the female side of the valve. Alright, the tap's going to be turned on. Alright, it's turned on. Yeah, that's holding the pressure. That'll hold the pressure. Okay, viewers, let's continue. Hopefully I won't get interrupted. Alright, going pretty damn quick. A lot of water on the ground now, so I'll spray it to test it. Hopefully there's no leaks, so everything seems to be pretty good. Yeah, the gauge is a bit unresponsive, but it should still work good for this air tank. These are probably the only two things likely to rust. The rest will be pretty well off, resistant to moisture. So there's that, and that, and this is steel fittings, which tend to rust pretty damn easy. Yeah, the gauge is a bit flimsy, but I'll switch off, I'll do a listen. Okay, no leaks. That's good. No leaks at 30 psi, so hopefully it's a complete seal and it's not going to leak. Two of those is about half, I reckon about a quarter of the time for a quarter of the discharge output from these two combined of a normal, those normal or everyday air compressors. The goal of this compressor here is that it's quiet and no corrosion from moisture, so when I think worry about rust and craps building up and wrecking everything. This should last for quite a while, versus this just builds up with rust and it's just a pain in the ass. You have to dump the moisture all the time. But this doesn't matter, it's not going to corrode, so the moisture can build up and as much as it likes, get up to here. You'd have to use it a lot to get it up to here though. But yeah. .50 psi, it's a pretty quick compressor. Yeah, this gauge should be accurate, it's not fluctuating, so hopefully that's the pressure's in the tank. 50 psi, that's pretty quick. So I started filming it, and I got interrupted, so it's about, I don't know, 5 minutes so far, and it's already got the 50 psi. So probably the 100 mark, the compressors will start to slow down, because they've got to work hard to get to high pressure. That's pretty good, 5 minutes and it's already at 50 psi, so yeah. Yeah, see, tap the gauge and the needle goes more accurate. Have they got any decent air gauges? The other glycerine filled gauge wouldn't have registered till I got to at least 120 or so PSI. That's a high pressure gauge. Well, this is designed more for low pressure, so got a carry handle on it. Quite happy with that. Clamps on pretty tight, that's not going to come off. That's not going to come off. It's obviously leaking a bit there and there, but the moisture coming out of that. That held both the head pressures completely at full head pressure, so I only leak a tiny bit. It's not really having much of an impact on the performance, so it's good enough for me. That one's got plenty of suction. So is that one. 80 PSI already. Now if I could somehow come up with a hose between here, a valve here, onto a wire regulated JMAC outlet with a regulator, be a good paintball, not paintball, airbrush tank. Pretty warm in there. And 90 PSI already. That's good. The water's not bubbling, so they're good there. Yeah, it's all bubbling up there, so hopefully it's going to do the job. Yeah, it's gotten a bloody lot of pressure in there. It must be holding back at least 400 or 500 PSI with that valve off and them going. So perfect. Alright, I'll continue on. These older compressors are the best because they'll last. That new one over there will tend to smoke. I had that compressor there, took about half an hour to get this to 100 PSI, and by that time it was smoking, you know, this tank's all full of bloody smoke now. Didn't burn it out or anything, it's just smoking because it got hot. The oil got hot and the refrigerant was was trapped in there, was evaporating, so because it got partly evaporated refrigerant R134A and oil in it, in that tank, as well as the smell of rust. If it didn't have that stupid L-gas swap and go system, I would have used another one of these as air, but they tend not to hold much air as what one of these would, or this would. That's good for portability, and if you're on the go, you just charge it up with air, pump up the tyre in your garage or something going to work or something, you have one of these back up full of air. If you're smart enough to hook up one of these to it, and then you do all the plumbing work, and you have a good little office air compressor. I remember our school had something like that, little gas bottle, quarter the size of that one, hooked up to a proper air pump. And our school just used that in the main office to pump up basketballs and stuff. Pretty effective. How much air those little gas bottles can hold, for what the capacity of these little compressor can put out. This and this would hold the pressure safely, no worries, to the max of their head. Because the max of theirs ever put out in a tank will probably be about 200 or 250. And this is rated at 500 PSI. Probably tested to a lot more than that, so. But I'll put a safety thing in here. I'll take 120 max and they'll pop. Okay, it's 120 in there. Something's trying to leak there. So that means if that's getting more and more leakier, and it ain't breaking, so That's max. That's actually struggling to build pressure. So that's probably about it. That's a maximum pressure, about 118, and that leaks like crap, so they're probably maxed out already for a tank this size. Yeah. Gotta get at least 120 in there. There you go. 120 max. That's pretty safe enough anyway. And they're decent heavy duty plumbing to get anything higher than that in here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, it's rupturing there, so I have to replumb that. 120 psi, and that's rupturing there. I have to resolder that. That must have got weakened when I got this whole bit here red hot. I had the blowtorch sitting on here for bloody ages to get it to solder, so I'll resolder that, make sure that's a damn good connection, and that won't leak or pop off. Once I fix that properly, and I know that is safe, should get to about 150, but that's pretty damn well good enough. 120, so yeah, a little over 10 minutes, so yeah, thanks for watching.